Hello, and this is Big Bang Bot, and today I will be reviewing a random licensed game on the Game Boy Advance, and you can beeping see what it is. It's Garfield has 9 lives for the Game Boy Advance, which was very advanced. Anyway, the game doesn't really have any history, because you know, it's just a random licensed game made for the GBA. It was made by a company known as Lucky Jump Games, and was published by the Game Factory. So, that's something. Anyway, it was released on the Game Boy Advance back in May of 2006, and it received mixed to negative reviews from critics. But what do I think of the game? Well, that's what we've all came here to see. Every single one of us. And by the way, my cartridge is fake, which sucks. But it's still got the game on, so it works, even though the save file doesn't work. But anyway, this is my review on Garfield and his 9 lives for the Game Boy Advance. I've already said that, and we all know that, but who cares? I'm going to play this beeping game for the Game Boy Advance. And its name is Garfield and his 9 lives. Beep. The story of this game is that Garfield eats a lot of food. Probably a lot of lasagna, but anyway, after eating his very big meal, Garfield falls asleep, and he has a load of twisted nightmares, which keep getting weirder and weirder than the previous ones. So yeah, that's the whole plot of the game. We basically play through Garfield's twisted nightmares. Great story, guys! The story may not be that good, but hey, it's a licensed game for the Game Boy Advance starring Garfield, so what the beat do you expect? But anyway, on to the gameplay! Now, when I started playing the game, the first thing I noticed was that
the game lied to me.
Garfield has 9 lives, more like Garfield and his 5 lives. No, 3 if you're playing on normal or hard. How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run, life goes on. Anyway, the game has a grand total of 9 levels. It's funny because the game's called Garfield has 9 lives, even though it's not called Garfield has 9 beeping levels! The game usually has one objective in each level, and that's get from point A to point B, although some levels do different things, such as finding a certain amount of objects, finding a certain object, then getting to point B, and then, yeah, stuff like that. Garfield can do a few things. He can jump, he can kick, he can charge, he can slam on the ground, he can climb a ladder, he can get hit by an enemy, he can die, he can do anything in this game. Well, not really, but whatever. The jump, which you use with the A button, is for getting over obstacles. The kick with the B button is what you use to kill enemies. Holding down while in the air lets Garfield slam into the ground, where he can sometimes break solid walls or solid brick grounds, which I can't show you. And he can also charge by holding the R button, which can destroy walls, so that's something. The controls aren't necessarily the best. I mean, Garfield does run quite fast, and a very fast amount of time. He doesn't have much momentum. And sometimes when you want to jump, Garfield will randomly stop mid-air and die, which is annoying when that happens. But it's not that common, so don't worry too much. But when it does happen, man, it's annoying. And it just doesn't happen when you want it to happen, and it's just so annoying. And yeah, the jumping is quite annoying in this game, so keep that in mind if you want to play the game, that is. Although the platforming, while not perfect, at the very least it does work for what it's trying to do, and this game has some very weird physics when it comes to hitting enemies. I mean, when they don't attack you, you just get knocked back, and when they do attack you, get knocked back. It's just weird. But hey, it's better than getting hit by both. But sometimes when you get hit by an enemy, when they don't attack you, you can land into another enemy's attack, and it's just, oh, it's annoying. This game has some weird physics which are annoying. So, that's something, I guess. When it comes to enemies, every level is different enemies, which is quite cool, but with the exception of the final level, every level has like either 1 or 2 enemies. I'm not kidding, I'm being serious. 1 or 2 enemies. That's it. The end! Now, along the way are some power-ups, such as eggs in the first level, which are the essential collectible, and in each level there are 100 miniature collectibles, which are different in each level, and if you collect all 100, well done, you've practically beaten the level 100%, except for one other thing. Pookie, Garfield's teddy bear, appears in a few of these levels, so you gotta catch him if you want to beat the level 100%, as well as all 100 of the minor collectibles. Lasagna fills up Garfield's health, and by the way, 5 hits and Garfield's dead, and there's no lasagna on hard, so be warned, and you don't get your health refilled on hard, so also keep that in mind, and there's Garfield's decapitated head, which gives Garfield another decapitated head. By the way, his decapitated head's alive, so yeah. You want extra lives? You better go get them. There are keys, which are essential for the few levels that they're in, and that's practically all of the power-ups in the game, so yeah, this game doesn't have that much when it comes to power-ups. After 3 levels, there are bosses, which means there's a total of 3 in the whole game. And the bosses are, well, yeah, and those are the bosses in case you're interested, and you basically need to wait for their back to turn, then you kill them, well, except for the final boss, which has a bit more creative way of defeating him, but you will have to play the game yourself to find out, or look it up, you can do whatever you want, but I don't care. The graphics in this game are pretty good. Surely there are barely any enemies in each level, but every level looks different to the last, and the sprites are very nice to look at, and overall, for a hand-drawn GBA game, it does look very good. They definitely put effort into the graphics, and I don't really need to say anything else. They look good, and yeah, that's all I'm telling you. They look nice, they're appealing, and yeah. That's all I'm saying. The music in this game is probably the best part, even better than the graphics. The music is actually very catchy, and all the music fits the level, and while I'm not sure if it fits for Garfield, it definitely fits for the game, if that makes sense, considering this is a Garfield game, but whatever. This game does have a pretty good soundtrack, and my favourite song is either this song in Dr. Dupes and the Odie Clones, or the song in Up a Tree, which is like the most original name ever, by the way.
The originality! Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Okay, it's not really a song, but whatever. Here's the actual song. The sound effects are pretty nice, they fit the game, and overall they're not annoying to listen to, and there's no voice acting, so woohoo! No voice acting to talk about! And oh my god, these physics are so annoying! Are there any bad things? Yes, there are bad things. First off, like I mentioned before, the controls are quite slippery, and they are quite annoying, so that sucks. Another thing that sucks is that you can't see what's below you. This isn't usually an issue, but it does get annoying. That and the frame rate does sometimes drop, which isn't really a huge issue because it doesn't have that much. But it can happen. And that knockback, man, that knockback is annoying, and I hate those monkeys. I absolutely hate them. Good thing they're only in one beeping level, which is the circus level. Also, Pookie and the extra collectibles are only really there for 100%, and from what I'm aware of, you get absolutely nothing except for beating the game 100%, so it's not really worth getting them. And the biggest flaw with this game, in my opinion, is that it is way too short. No, seriously, this game only has 9 very short levels, and I beat the game on easy in around 20 minutes, without dying once. I'm not being serious. And while in hard I did die a bit more, I still managed to beat the game in like 25 minutes. And even if you went for 100%, you could probably do it in an hour or less. So this game really is way too short. Oh, and also one more thing, considering one of the levels.
Ooh, haunted house.
Everything else about the game is actually not that bad. Surely the controls aren't the best, and the physics especially aren't good, and Garfield just has no acceleration. This game is still decent and can actually be kind of fun at times. And the graphics are nice, the music's good, and overall it's not that bad to play. It's definitely not a bad game, I can tell you that much. Surely it's not perfect, and Garfield is the only character in the game that talks, and all the other characters make very little appearances. But overall, the game isn't that bad, and it's pretty decent. It's not the best, but it's not bad either. That is practically all I have to say in this review. And once you beat the game, Garfield destroys an evil fridge, and that's the end of the game. It gives you this screenshot, and after the screenshot, the game shows you the credits. Wow, I feel so rewarded with that lame ending for such a short game. Overall, Garfield and His 9 Lives is a pretty decent game for the Game Boy Advance. Now, surely the physics are annoying and the controls aren't perfect and the game is way too short. No, seriously, even the SpongeBob games on Game Boy Advance that I've reviewed are longer than this. Well, not the movie, but the other two. This game is still decent. The graphics are nice, the music's nice, the game is kind of fun at times, and overall, it's okay. It may be short, but it is enjoyable when you're not getting annoyed with the game's annoying physics. I would give this game a D. That's right, a D. An average 5 out of 10. This game does have its flaws, but overall it's still decent. if you find this game for an extremely low price, go pick it up. If you're interested, and if you're a Garfield fan, you may not regret your purchase, and I haven't really played that many other Garfield games, so I can't really say anything about them, but I have played Garfield with FunFest on the DS, and this game's better. So keep that in mind if you want to play FunFest. Don't play it, it's not that good, but it's still better than SpongeBob SquarePants Creature from the Krusty Krab on the same console. But anyway, thanks for watching my short review on this game. I hope you liked it. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. This is Big Bang Bot signing out. Oh, and please don't turn out like Garfield, because if you do, you won't be a very good person. Garfield is the worst human being ever, or intelligent life form, but he's a cat, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, goodbye!
Hallelujah! 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 Hallelujah!